Ladies and gentlemen, boils and ghouls, welcome to
Oh,
Frightmare HQ. Today, you got me, you got Lloyd Cryer as always, and we have Charles Doze in the upper right there. Howdy,
that's
Charles.
me. Hi, Lloyd. You look beautiful today.
Oh, thank you. And
You're
then
so
right,
studly.
I know, right below me is the one and only
Uh-oh.
Father Evil.
He's here.
Hello, children.
Oh my God, you are so
I'm
evil
scared.
and scary, Father Evil.
I pooped myself.
You say the sweetest things.
Oh,
We
Oh,
are
I can
so
see it here.
we are so excited to have you on today, Father
yeah, we are.
Evil. So, what is a Saturday like for the evil of evil, the most evil of evils?
Well, as of late, it's been rather dry.
It's
Oh
been
no.
rather dry.
Yes, I can't really go out into the world and mingle with the sinners like I would at a fabulous convention such as Texas Frightmare Weekend. So I have to resort to other methods, which is what we're doing now. This is how I reach my audience now.
Yes.
Oh.
Well,
Now, did you start the coronavirus? Was that you?
No, no,
no, you
no.
would never do that.
All
Absolutely.
right. I was making
No,
sure because I thought it had your name written all over it. I
no,
was
no,
scared.
no, no, no.
You're very evil, but you would never do something that evil. Is that correct?
There's evil, and then there's evil.
Evil.
Ooh.
Well, explain to us the difference because I think that's what our audience is wondering. What is the difference, and what is the difference in? Just tell us a little about Father Evil and how he came to be, and what he's all about.
Oh, okay. Well, Father Evil came to be from the mind of the vessel that I possess, Lou Abieta. Lou always had an affinity for horror. He always loved horror. I always loved horror. Always, always, always. And I used to dabble in special effects makeup, nothing to the degree of the patrons that come to Texas Frightmare. This is like really rudimentary base level special effects makeup. I used to dabble in that.
Right.
And my wife and her girlfriend had mentioned that they wanted to go to a horror convention. This is way back in around 2006. So I'm like, yeah, let's go. I love horror. So I went and I was like, these are my people. You know, it was Chiller Theater in Parsippany, New Jersey, and I'm like, I found my people. These are grown men and women, and dressing up, and it's nowhere near Halloween, and no one's making fun of them or what have you, and I loved it. So then I promised myself the next time I go back, I'm going to come in and as one sort of persona that I had made up, and I'm really editing the true story. But long story short, I used to draw a lot in my 20s. For decades, I just drew. I wanted to pursue a career in art, and things happened in life where I didn't get to do that. But anyway, I came up with an evil priest that I wanted to draw and have displayed at this artsy cafe in a town in my state, New Brunswick. It's very artsy, very college town type of vibe, and it was a coffee house, like coffee houses are now, but about 25 years ago. So they're kind of ahead of their time. So I drew this picture of a possessed priest, and he had his hands in a prayer mode, and with the rosaries wrapped around, and it said "De nomine Patris, Filii, et Spiritus Sancti," name of the Father, Son, Holy Spirit. So I figured, you know what? Maybe I'll go as him. No one knows him. No one's ever seen him. Why not? It's a one-time gig. That's all it was going to be. Wasn't planning to make anything out of this. Just a gag.
Yeah.
So I went, I picked up a $20 costume. I put on a pair of contacts. Mind you, my chops weren't as regal as they are now. But
They are
Quite
very
regal.
regal.
Quite.
it was much more contoured.
Subdued.
So much more subdued. Well, I went mine was a $20 costume from Party City, a priest costume, and I got a pair of white contacts, whiteouts, and people lost their minds when they saw it, and they started taking pictures. And I was like, wow, really? This is all it takes, $20 costume? But I didn't realize how I looked to these people, because I have a peculiar look. So I wasn't seeing it from their perspective. So I'm like, oh, this is nothing. So I walked into this one room, and there was a director from Italy signing autographs. And when he saw me, he kind of did a triple take, and he excused himself from his table. They never do that when they're signing autographs. You know, they never do that. He actually excused himself, ran to me. This is amazing. This is beautiful. This is so original. He called his assistant producer to start taking pics of me in a $20 costume. I'm dumbfounded. I look at my wife. I'm like, is this happening? She's like, yeah. I'm like, maybe I got something here. So I ran with it. In 2012, I took it a little bit more serious. I upgraded to a real, cassock, real everything. 2013, I became ordained. I'm an ordained minister. I can legally marry you. Father Evil.
Me and Lloyd can get married? Lloyd and I can get married? Lloyd, let's do it right now.
Okay.
Father Evil is as real as the sin he commits.
Wow.
Well, anyway, around 2012, as I said, when I took it serious, 2016, I made it into a business. And here we are. And I'm talking to you lovely folks out here.
Amazing. You know, I'm pretty sure that Lloyd's been doing something like this. I don't think Lloyd's actually country. I'm pretty sure Lloyd's like an upstate businessman from New York. And he just puts on this persona for the convention. Yeah, I've been trying to get it out of him for 10 years, and it's going to happen. I'm going to get it.
We have a certain mindset here in the New York area, and it's maybe it's that mindset that I have of I don't know, the goal setting and the hunger that I have to succeed. You know, kind of put me where I'm at. I mean, as they say, if you can make it there, you can make it anywhere. And I'm pretty well known within this area. I'm pretty popular, but my popularity was really, I really got dumbfounded when I ran into the South. Go figure.
That's where it is.
The further south I went, the more popular I got. And the most love I've pretty much received at any con ever was my first appearance at Texas Frightmare.
Is that right?
Yes, the more popular people were just most love. What took me years, to develop in the Northeast, I did really 1 year at your convention.
Well, I was going to say, I felt like, that first year you went from, this like a level right here to like here. It felt like the popularity just jumped huge because I started seeing it. I started seeing tons of people, talking about you that were in our Frightmare circles. And,
yeah.
Oh, yeah. I mean, a
lot.
I could see the popularity rise. But what do you think it is? What do you think the attraction to it is?
Well, so there's several things, I think. It's originality. How many possessed priests do you see at your con?
Well, you're the only one, that's for sure.
You're the one and only.
But honestly, how many possessed priests have you seen? I mean, you see a lot of Jasons, you see a lot of Freddys. And I'm not taking them down in any way, but you see a lot of things that people already have seen.
Yeah.
When you see something original, it sticks to you. That's one reason. That's one, originality. Two, it's taboo.
Yes.
That's pretty. It's Catholic religion, and I'm kind of like giving a big to the whole thing. I am. And people like they're like, wow, he's got some balls to do that. And three, people like a story of an everyday guy. I'm a construction worker by day, and I had a crazy idea, and I believed in myself, and I ran with it. And people love that. People love that somebody, an everyday guy, is living his dream just because he says, why not? Why can't I do it?
Right.
And people like that type of feeling. Like, you know what? He's one of us.
Yep.
He's literally one of us. He's a fan who said, yeah, am I able to curse if I curse here or no?
Sure.
Go for it.
He's literally a fan that said, "Fuck it, I'm going to try it."
Yeah. Why
And
not?
here we are.
Why not?
Well, and you
Why
did
not?
it.
Exactly.
And
Where
you,
is it written that you have to be in a movie or in a book to be a popular horror persona? Show me where it's written.
yep,
I love that motto. I like it.
that's right. That's what Charles is to me. He's a horror icon.
I
Charles
am
knows
Lloyd,
his.
and Lloyd to me. I have Lloyd pillow sheets, and I sleep in my Lloyd pillowcase every night. So nice.
Coincidentally, I have Father Evil pillowcases.
Well, there you
Whoa.
go. Where do you get that? Do you have a website people can go to?
Actually, I'm going to sell them tonight at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time on my Father Evil live page.
Nice.
Okay, so everybody tune in for that.
Yeah.
Do you do now? You come on and you go live. Do you do blessings and what kind of stuff do you do?
Whenever anybody asks me to, I basically, when I'm going live, I'm giving the audience, the fans, the Father Evil experience they'd normally get when they walk up my table. It's basically, to me, a virtual con. And people ask me questions, and I'm much more personal with them. I talk to them, and it's really with them in particular because I'm talking to them live as they're typing out. I'm responding. I'm reading aloud and responding to what they're saying. And just as if you were at a con coming up to me asking me questions, of course I'd be in persona, doing my whole thing, for lack of a better words, to interact with people. So that's what I do on my live, and people love it.
Yeah.
So I decided to take it a step further and sell my wares, and it's been going very well.
So
That's awesome.
People who can't make it to the cons, or who are not into crowds or rather claustrophobic, have come out of the woodwork to go to my live sale. And they like, normally I would have to look at your website, but because I don't do cons or whatever, I don't like crowds, and they love that I'm selling my product online. So it's actually, it's been pretty good.
yeah, that's great.
That's good.
Are there any misconceptions that some people might have about Father Evil and what he's all about?
Yes, he's not a pedophile.
Oh, good.
That's
That
good
was
to
gonna be
hear.
my next question: is if you were a pedophile. So I can write that one off.
Well,
Yes.
I'm kind of speaking in particular to it's not sacrilegious in your eyes, right?
Well, I don't buy the religion game at all. I got out of my religion, and I was raised Roman Catholic.
Okay.
I'm Cuban, and Cubans are, a lot of Caribbean islands are very Roman Catholic. And I just got away from religion altogether in my 20s. I just started thinking for myself when I moved out of my house and started living life, living out in the world, meeting different people, living in different places. I made up my own mind on religion, and it's just not for me.
Yeah.
I'm sure you've had some negative reactions from people. You had a
Absolutely.
lot of those? Give me an
Yes.
example of some of them.
I've had, I kind of, and I put this lady in her place. It was kind of fun. It was at New Jersey Horror Con and Film Expo when they had it in Woodbridge. This is about, I think, 2017. I'm at my table. I had like prime location because part of my duties with this con is to interact with the patrons as they're waiting in line. I would walk up to them and do my "hello, sinner. So glad to have you at my church," that type of thing. And it gets people like, well, okay. Basically, I would work the line like the way a Q actor would work the line at a haunt. But these are people, I'm doing this as they're waiting to get in line into the con. So they gave me location, right? Prime location right there. So I'm doing my thing. And this lady comes by a little later, like maybe about an hour later. She's like, "This is disgusting. This is disgusting. How dare you?" I'm like, "Oh, excuse me, child. You're in my church, And I started going back and forth. This is not your church. I was like, "Call for the Nazarene. Do you hear him? Is he gonna beckon your call? Call for him. Not call for the Father." And she was like, oh. And I'm like, you know what? It's funny, lady. You're commenting on me being a possessed person, how disgusting it is. But here you are with an autographed picture of Freddy Krueger, who's basically a demonic pedophile.
Yeah. Very true.
And she was like, I'm like, you literally have an autograph of a person who played a demonic pedophile, and you're coming at me.
Yeah.
And she was just like, she just walked away. Like, be gone. Be gone.
Well, it's all,
Out,
you know,
child.
that's the point, is that this is all make believe. This is all
Exactly.
entertainment. That's what I have to, you know, you have to remind people that of, you know, music, you know, like Ozzy Osbourne. I mean, this is music, it's entertainment. Do you really think he's that guy on stage? No, he's not.
You know what, Lloyd? You have to spoon feed people sometimes, to be quite honest.
Yeah.
Yep.
That's true.
You really
I mean, we even see that in the horror community. You see that. You tell people you're into horror movies, and they're like, "Oh Lord." I'm like, yeah, it's the same
Their
thing.
minds jump to, what, are you part of a cult? Is that what that's all about? Or
Sometimes you literally have to write things out in crayon for people to understand.
that is so
Yeah.
true.
That's true.
It even says on my page, fictional character.
Yeah, I'm not a real possessed.
You really think I'm a possessed priest from 1372 in Galicia, Spain? Really, dude? What is wrong with you?
I do. I know it. This is just a cover. Lose a cover.
Are those who realize? Yes, they are.
Oh, I know they are. I can tell.
I mean,
I love
I'm coming out of character right here, but I'm like, do you realize how many times I get that? Are those who realize? So I play into it. I'm like, yes, I see the light, child, and so shall you. Follow me. And you know, yeah.
I love it. Well, we
I
need
love it too.
we
It's
need to
great.
hear some of your blessings, or
We do. Can you bless Lloyd and I?
Yeah, bless Lloyd or Charles and I.
Lloyd, volo vestrakia anima tua, ego manducarum tum peccato, ego manducarum tum anima. Amen.
I feel it.
Oh, I feel it.
Feel
I
it.
can feel
I
it.
feel it all over.
I'm tingly. I'm tingly, Lloyd. Is that? Oh, good.
Yeah, that's the blessing, Charles.
Charles, for you, ego sum provisor de peccato, ego sum patre mal,
Oh, my cord nibblers are tickling.
ego orabit in tenebris. Amen.
Oh, I can feel it.
Are you speaking Spanish, or is that?
That's Latin.
I was
Latin?
wondering. That sounded Latin. Okay.
Yeah, that's Latin. I speak fluent Spanish. You know, when I have Spanish patrons coming at my table, because you know the Mexican community is pretty big in Texas, obviously, and you get the moms and grandmoms who are coming along with their sons and daughters who speak English or whatever, and they happen to like horror, but there's just that language barrier. When they come to my table, ooh, I lay it on thick with the Spanish.
Yeah.
And horror is.
¿Qué tal, mi pecadora? Vamos a rezar esta noche. Like I would say, hello, my sinner. Let's pray tonight. And they're like, oh, and, you know, they
Oh,
That's
Diablo.
awesome. We have, and then you bring up a good point. We have a large Hispanic presence at Texas Frightmare Weekend, and it's fantastic. They come from, they even come up from Mexico to the event. I mean, we see it every year, and it's always amazing. I love it.
You should
Horror
see the
is
look on their face when they see a fellow Latino doing this, you know, making a name for himself in the horror community. They're like, dude, they love it. And it just, like, I like to consider myself a representative of the Spanish horror community, because I'm the only one out there, as far as I'm concerned, that's doing this like the way I am. I haven't seen any other Latino doing this like I am, so.
Well, it's empowering,
have a lot.
and you should feel very proud for that, because you know that's something that is probably, to me, one of the most important aspects of what you're doing, is empowering the Hispanic community to feel like I can do anything. Look at Father Evil.
Yeah,
absolutely.
Our Hispanic community is huge at Frightmare.
Horror is a tough gig. Horror is a lot harder than cosplaying like superheroes and that whatnot. The horror crowd is they're pretty they're pretty finicky, to say the least.
Yeah.
Well, yeah. I mean, if you come as cosplay, you better have your game on, because there's always going to be somebody that's going to go, "Hey, man, that's the wrong mask for that Jason costume, bro.
Yep. That's
you're
3
doing
shades
it all
too blue.
wrong."
That blue's 3 shades off. Like you're out of here. Get out of here.
Yeah. And that's great. I mean, I think that's fantastic. You know, I think, you know, a few people should lighten up a little bit, but you're right. They're tough. They are tough.
Have you seen anyone trying to imitate Father Evil yet? They're too scared to. They don't want
I
to.
don't know what it is. They've talked about it. I've actually had some people ask me permission, and I'm like, by all means, please do. I'd love to see it. I'd love to see it. But I mean, I have a unique face. You know, it's not a mask. It's literally my face. I am Father Evil, and I can see it can be a little intimidating. You know, it's not just a mask. It's everything. It's the persona. It's the laugh. It's the look. It's the eyebrows. There's the chops. It's everything. It's an aura. So I told people, by all means, get a baldy, some kind of baldy prosthetic, and get some fake hair. Go at it, have at it. You're not gonna piss me off in any way whatsoever. I'm not gonna send a cease and desist unless you're trying to make money out of it.
There you go.
Because I do own the persona. I have a copyright and trademark. But by all means, if you want to cosplay Father Evil, you have my absolute blessing.
Well, that you bring up something else that I was wondering about is how do you make? You sent me over a photo, and if I can get it to pull up, I'll show everybody. But that face you make is incredible. It's almost, and this is a compliment, by the way. This isn't an insult, but it's like that rubber face thing, you know. Can you recreate that pose for? Look at that.
He's got a good face. Got a very character face.
That's amazing. Have you done anything with your eyebrows at all, or is that natural?
That's just my brow muscle. That's it.
Look at that.
Oh God. If I try to make faces, I look like I'm having a stroke. People like come to try to help me.
I literally have a face made for horror.
Yeah.
Well, I didn't want to say this, but when I saw that picture, I tried to do that face. Yeah, it looks like this.
Well, it's like this.
I look scared.
I'm scared. Spooky.
I can't do that.
See how often at work I get it. Sometimes some people are like, "Ooh, do the face." I'm like,
You're like, yeah.
That's pretty amazing. It's really cool.
That is amazing. My God.
Thanks.
So
Man.
I'm going to put this out there. Can we ask someone online if they want a blessing, and we'll take some blessing requests.
Let's say we got questions or blessing requests on our YouTube, our Twitch. Where we at, guys? I know we got a lot of people watching.
Yeah. Garrett Weinbrenner says, "I am a sinner. Cleanse me, Father, for I have sinned."
Why would you want to cleanse him?
I don't offer absolutions. I want you to sin. I don't want to wash away those sins. I want you to
Sin.
I want you to bathe in those 7 sins.
Oh yeah. Now you're talking.
I love it.
Pride, greed, gluttony, wrath, envy. Every one of those sins.
Yes, gluttony. Fat boy loves gluttony.
And sloth. Don't forget sloth, Charles.
I'm sloth too.
Sherry Williams says, "I do. Bless me, Father." So if you could bless Sherry Williams for us.
And me and Lloyd will hold our hands up while you do it.
Sherry, ego orabit in tenebris. I will pray for you in darkness, for you to sin all the rest of the days of your life. And we shall soon meet. Amen.
Woo!
We'll meet in her nightmares.
Yeah.
Trav to Ash says, "Yo,
Trav to Ash.
bless my hedonistic lifestyle, please."
Ooh,
Ooh,
dirty
he's
boy.
a hedonist.
All right. But help him.
May the sin of lust permeate from your loins now and evermore. Amen.
Yes. Get those loins. Get them.
I've got one from Travis Brown. "I need a blessing," Travis says.
Ooh, downtown Travis Brown.
Okay. Travis, may the sin of gluttony consume you. May you take this gluttonous sin and just apply it everywhere in your life. If you want something to love, you get it. Amen.
Do it, Travis.
Travis. Do it, Travis.
Woo! Do it, Travis, for us.
Travis also asked what it was like at your first convention. I think he kind of just described that. I think when you went to Chiller, he actually described that, Travis. So rewind it and check that out. Danny Ochoa asks, "Do you scare a lot of people at Frightmare, Father Evil?"
Yes, I do.
Yeah.
Yes, I do. There are some people I like when I do my grand entrance down the steps. I love it. There's no better feeling when you see that full floor of people waiting to get in line. They get their tickets, and I'm coming down. I have my music playing, and they're like, and some people are in awe, and some people are in abject terror. And I go to the person that's in abject terror automatically every single time. Why? Because you're in my house.
The house of sin.
Absolutely.
Nice.
So I'll go up to them, and then, there's always this one lady who's been coming every year. She loves to see me, but as soon as I look at her, she literally runs and screams.
Oh, no.
It's like this cat and mouse game that she likes to play, but she's literally terrified of me because she'll walk by my table, but if I look at her, she'll run, but she'll like try to hide amongst the people, like within the crowd, and just try to sneak a peek or whatever to see what I'm doing. And if I'm talking or with a fan or taking a picture with a fan or what have you, she'll look, and then the instant I look at her, she's like, and just runs. And if there's no one around me, I'll go after her.
That sounds to me like riding a roller coaster. Like you're scared of the roller coaster, but you get on it because you want that thrill.
You want it.
You
You want that evil thrill, that dirty evil thrill, Lloyd. That's why I do the show with you, Lloyd. I want that dirty thrill in my life.
The horror provides a false danger. You think you're in danger, but you're really not. And people kind of like, ooh, imagine if it were real, but they know it's not, so they jump into it.
Right.
I don't know. You've never been to Lloyd's house. It's pretty real when you get over there. Whew. You're never the same when you walk out of there.
That's right. It's a torture chamber. What is next, or what's coming up, or on the pike, or down the pike for Father Evil?
Good thing you asked. Well, it was supposed to come out this September, but it's obviously because of COVID, it's been postponed. But they're still working on it. But it almost came to a creeping stop. But they were still working on this project at a crawling space, but it's starting to pick up momentum, and that is for Father Evil, Spectre of Shadows PC video game.
Wow.
Oh, wow.
That's pretty cool. Who's working on that?
Studio Codeworks. They're an outfit out of Maryland. They've done a lot of apps, but then they're trying to get into the horror aspect of it.
Mm-hmm.
And I met them in Washington, D.C. at BlurredCon in 2017. And we developed like this back and forth online relationship. And then finally around 2018, it came to fruition with the gentleman contacted me with an idea. I love what he had to say. I have complete creative control. We've met several times. And it's going to play, I'm sure there's a lot of gamers out there. It's going to play a lot like Final Fantasy VII. I don't know if you're familiar with that. You leave an area, you travel, and you get random encounters. It's going to be a 2D game with 3D aspects with a heavy Catholic horror church vibe to it.
Wow, that sounds unique.
It does sound interesting. Horror games are really popular, and I think that's going to be really fun to see.
It's going to take place in 15th century Spain.
Oh, wow. And think of the future, or all the possibilities for a sequel to a game like that. They could bring you into current times and all kinds of stuff.
Endless.
Yeah.
Endless possibilities with a video game.
And then maybe we can get some expansion packs or something, and we could, you could fight Jason or Freddy or.
There's stuff being in the works that's there's going to be a lot of add-ons. Basically, it's a PC, but regular games have DLCs. Well, this is going to have a lot of that eventually down the road as the game progresses. It's not going to be just a one-time thing. The game is going to progress. It's going to add ons to the game, and it's eventually, depending how it does, if a major platform like Xbox or PlayStation picks it up, who knows? So,
I'd like to see Father Evil in like Mortal Kombat or something. That'd be fun.
That would be awesome.
Finish him. The power.
One of our viewers says another great Cuban American artist who has been to TFW a dozen times or more is Felix Matos. with movies artwork.
I know exactly what you're talking about. He's a big guy, beard, long hair.
He always wears the black hat. Yeah.
I always come by his table. I always do a blurb video for him, for his website, or for him, anything he wants to do, basically. He and I clicked the first time we met. Fellow Latinos, we start talking about, our home life, things were with their Spanish parents and stuff. We get a lot of laughs, a lot of similarities. Mm-hmm. And I always take time to go see him. Every single time I'm there, that I always go see him.
He's a great guy.
Yes, he is. He's got stuff on moviesartwork.com, I believe is his website. If you guys want to check him out, he's got really cool drawings and paintings, etc.
The massive talent, it's just very, 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 very talented man.
Something a lot of people don't know is that George Romero is of Cuban descent also.
Yep. Cuban, actually, his father left Spain and moved to Cuba and was raised in Cuba as a child. Basically, his father was raised in Cuba, 5 years old and on. But he is of Castilian descent.
He was from the Bronx, too. He was from New York. He was from the Bronx. Romero was, so.
And I think his mother has Lithuanian background.
Something like that, yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Very interesting.
Very interesting.
You're a spokesman for a coffee company as well, right?
Deadly Grounds Coffee, yes.
Deadly Grounds.
Oh, Deadly Grounds. They've got a lot of cool stuff at Deadly Grounds, so that's cool.
The coffee, my favorite coffee it's called the Witch's Brew. But it's so good. I am a coffee connoisseur, a coffee snob. I've been known to pay $80, $90 for a bag of coffee.
I'll agree with you there. I mean, I got ruined by coffee when I went to Puerto Rico because that was the best coffee I ever had.
There you go. And
you know what I mean?
There's no better feeling in the morning. Like, this is my number one thing. I love the water. When I went on vacation just last weekend, nothing like opening up the balcony doors, looking at the ocean, and having that awesome cup of coffee. And just breathing, and it's morning, it's beautiful, and you're drinking that coffee, and it's bliss.
All the evil comes into your body, and you just feel great. It's just
that's what souls taste like. That first cup of coffee in the morning.
That's awesome.
Have you ever tried that cat poop coffee? What is that cat?
Kopi Luwak.
Yeah,
no.
I've always heard
cruel.
about that.
I heard it's very expensive.
Yeah, it's like $30 an ounce. I won't try it because it's very cruel how they make it. But it's.
Well, I always thought. Evil. Wait a minute! I always thought the story behind that was that little cat thing eats the coffee bean and then he poops it out, and then they take it and they clean it up. Is there something?
I think it's a marsupial type of like wombat type thing.
Yeah.
And literally,
you're
drinking shitty coffee.
Yeah. And Lloyd, that's how it was made at first until they realized they could make a lot of money off of it, and then they just lock them in cages and feed them beans. So.
Oh, and make them poop all day or something.
Yeah.
That is kind of cruel. Well, I'm sure we would. I'm sure we'd find out a lot of stuff
too.
That we do is cruel to some sort of animal or another human in some way. Unfortunately.
Well, that's what we're here for. It's our lives. We're cruel, evil. What are we doing, Lloyd? Come on. Shows.
Evil. We're evil.
Evil. Father evil.
Is there any plans for a movie?
I've been offered a lot of roles within the independent horror community, and I'm very leery, to be quite honest, when it comes to movies in general. If it were a movie, it would have to. If I was going to go into a movie, it would have to be like, to be bluntly honest, Hollywood. If they were calling, absolutely. But that used to be my goal. Getting into the silver screen. My goal now, I mean, they've changed, but I kind of like the fact that I've gotten this. I'm not saying this, but a lot of my fans say I'm iconic. I kind of like that I got this iconic status without a single movie.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's an achievement.
Really cool.
I mean, it really is an achievement.
I would have to say, though, like you said, it would have to be a big Hollywood production, and it would have to be, because, it's got to be a period piece. It's got to be set in the 15th century, like you said, right?
Yeah,
It's got to be done right. It's got to be something that's going to live up to your persona, not something that
exactly.
somebody's
Exactly.
going to make for $12.
I have invested a lot of money into this persona between 2012 and I would say 2018, and upwards of 80K.
Wow. Yeah.
Woo!
Yeah, it's a lot of money.
But
When you
you
think
know,
about what I mean by investment, traveling all over
yeah,
the country, hotel, whatever, everything, that's an investment.
Sure.
And over the years, it's grew to about 80K.
but it's your
Around,
persona. You know, it's you. It's you
yeah,
got to be good for you. So
yes, you got to invest in yourself. If
take
you
the
got
risk. You know.
money, you got to spend money to make money. That's a
Yep.
fact. I'm
Yeah.
sure, Lloyd, the first time you started Texas Frightmare, I'm sure it was just a money pit the first couple of years.
We don't even want to get into that. It
We
was.
didn't talk about
it,
that.
Talk about frightening. It was frightening that first
That was the
year,
only
man.
frightening aspect.
Yeah, you know
Poor boy.
about that. But anybody that wants to start a business, every time you start a business, and my wife taught me this, you're gambling, you're taking a risk,
Yep.
and you got to be willing to gamble, and you got to be willing to lose some money, you know, because like you said, it's an investment, but it's always a risk and it's always a gamble. That's what it
Absolutely.
is.
Absolutely. And, just, I would say between 2012 and 2018, I invested a lot. And around 2018 was a turning point because at that point, a lot of the cons that I've been going to on the East Coast, I all of a sudden became affiliated with them. Like they wanted me to be there. So I would get like, in the southern eastern states, they would actually give me a table. They would provide my room and board, at the hotel. They'd fly me down there. So around 2018 is when I saw that investment that I made starting to come to fruition. Like I had to pay less and less to be at events, and I started getting paid to be at events. Then, I started being a featured guest at some of these events. So around 2018, things changed. And so it went from investment to making a profit. So
Yeah.
Right. Yeah, it
But you
changes.
stuck with it. You
It
stuck with
took-
it, like you said.
it took 6 years of constant spending money. It's
Yeah.
a lot of money. Yeah,
You're dedicated. You're
as
dedicated.
Lloyd
You know.
said, it's a risk. It's definitely a risk, especially in the horror game. It's tough, but if you play it right, if you watch the playing area, the playing field, if you observe, adapt, and overcome, you'll make it.
Yep.
Yeah.
I mean, this is a good way to motivate people, guys. Like Father Evil saying, don't be afraid to take risks. It may take a while as a payback, but if you want to enjoy life, you need to enjoy it doing what you like and what you like to do. And don't be afraid of anything. Just jump in there and go for it.
The way I look at it also, I haven't failed once as Father Evil because I don't look at it as a failure. Those things that normally a person would call a failure, I call a learning curve.
Yep.
I know how not to do it now. I know
Yeah.
going that route, I'm not going to do it. So I know I'm going to take path B, or path C, D, E, whatever. It's never failing. It's a learning curve. It's how you perceive it. It's all about perspectives, so.
Yeah, I've always looked at them as bumps in the road. You hit a
Mm-hmm.
bump in the road, and
You
that's
roll
more
with
of a southern way of saying it, I guess. Yeah, it's just a bump in the road.
Ingrid Hubert says she wants to imagine priests trying to exorcise Father Evil. Oh, that's a good scene. There we go.
That's funny. I've met a lot of priests in this garb. I met people of I met one conservative priest. They did not like me at all. They just looked at me like, ooh, and just like like turned away, like, because I was in full gear. I was staring at them. I'm like doing that, and they're like,
And they just
look
left.
away. They just look away. I've confronted. I was at a tattoo convention in Philly, and they had like the zealots with the megaphones. You're going to hell, that type of thing. You're all going to hell. Come to Christ. Tattooing your bodies of sin. Yada yada yada. Rock and roll. This, that, and the other. Everything's evil. Well, somebody had told me, like, dude, there's somebody out there, one of those religious nuts. You need to go out there, do your thing. And I'm like, oh.
Oh boy, here we go.
I literally went out. The guy was looking at, he was doing his thing, and I'm just standing there. I'm like maybe 3 feet away from him. He hasn't looked at me yet. He was talking to somebody off towards the right. And I'm like maybe about 4 feet away from him. And I'm like, as soon as he was like, he actually like paused and just turned away real quick. And I guess I must have pissed off some of the cops down there. I think they must have been Roman Catholic because it's the Philly area. They wouldn't look at me either. They were just like, and I'm kind of doing my thing around them, like, hello, sinners. So many sinners around here, aren't there? And they're just like, they would not look at me. It's not like
no part of that.
It's not like the cops you would see at Texas Frightmare who want a picture with me.
Yeah.
You know? They're like, dude, come here. So yeah, they want pictures, but these cops didn't want anything of it. So yeah, the best encounter I had was also again at Chiller Theater. Was there was at that same time, I don't know why they did this, but at the same time they were having a horror convention, they were having some kind of Baptist church convention in the same vicinity.
Oh no!
So
I grew up Baptist, Father Evil, so I know exactly where this is going.
There was this lady. She was this black woman, a pastor. She had security around her, like these big guys with the earpieces, and you could see they were armed. They were in suits, but they were armed, and they were walking around her. So she's somebody of affluent within the Baptist preaching community, I guess, for lack of a better word. Anyway, she saw me and she's like, "Excuse me, sir, may I talk to you?" Now I'm ready for like some kind of like verbal war or whatever. And she said something to me that I will take with me to the day I die, because I thought about it as the ultimate compliment I've ever received. And she was like, by far, I find you grotesquely beautiful. Can I have a picture with you?
Wow.
Grotesquely.
That's a great compliment.
Grotesquely beautiful. May I have a picture with you? And she was a pastor, a Baptist pastor. And I'm like, sure. So I did and she's like, and it was great. But I've met several Baptist priests after that, and they're all cool with it. They love it.
Yeah. Well, I think the Baptist thing has become a little more progressive over the last few years. They've kind of dropped it. They used to call them hard shell Baptists, hard shell Southern Baptist.
Right.
And so I think it's become a little more progressive, because I know a lot of them are opening these non-denominational churches now. So I don't know. Go ahead and explain that. But I see something very important that we need to get to, a request for a blessing. For Morgan Egan and Mike Egan. I guess she says, "I am not a sinner. Help me, Father."
Help her sin.
The weekend is still very young, my child. Just dig into the deepest recesses of your mind. I know you can. Dig into there. Find something that excites you and dive into it. Indulge in that sin. And I think it's sin of lust.
Yes.
Indulge, my friend. Indulge in that sin. Testify. Indulge.
Yes.
Hallelujah.
Ooh.
Hallelujah.
Hallelujah. Julia. Woo!
So
I'm all sweaty.
Is there anything else that that you want to get to?
Sure.
That you want to talk about?
I actually, as I said, I mentioned before, one of my tactics in navigating this field of life and business and horror is I mentioned observe, adapt, and overcome. Obviously, I can't sell at a convention, which is basically how I made a good portion of my money that I make during the year is doing the horror convention. So I actually teamed up with Big Chris Art, this artist from Arizona. He's involved in many facets of the art realm, and we actually contacted each other and we started collaborating. There was actually Father Evil COVID-19 masks that I have. Yes. Also, There's shirts, there's prints, and everything on there. But adapting to our current climate, you have to offer something that, because it's actually as far as selling, as far as a business, you have to offer something that comes with the times, with the changes, And right now, COVID-19 looks like it's going to be with us for quite some time.
It does.
And so I recreated rather, these Father Evil masks. Some of them have my image on it. Some of them have my slogan, "I can smell your sins." Or one in particular just has the bottom portion of my smile, just my smile like this. So you can wear it. You can actually be Father Evil.
Oh, that is
That's-
awesome.
That line is called, it's a hashtag, but it's called Army of Me. Because you all can be Father Evil now. And I actually put up a link on your page, on the Texas Frightmare con page on there. So I'm sure they could see it later and take a look. And they ship all over the world.
I just
I'm checking them out now. We've got some cool stuff. Some socks, some investigators, some masks. Cool.
Yeah, I just put up the mask where it's your face and you're doing this.
Yeah.
So that's on the screen right now. People can see that. That's Big Chris Art. So I guess you go to his website to get those.
Well, there's a link.
Okay.
There's a link actually. You just click onto it and you'll see it's a collaboration. Father Evil, Big Chris Art. It's all there, and have at it.
Yeah.
Indulge in the sin of gluttony and greed, and just digging, consume, pay, consume, buy, take all of them.
Consume all. We love to consume here.
One of your big fans, Ingrid Hubert, says she has the socks.
She's a top fan.
What's that?
Ingrid.
She's a top fan.
We
love Ingrid here too.
Ingrid's a big fan at Frightmare too, so we love Ingrid.
Yes. Every time I see Ingrid, I'm excited because it actually, it's a testament to my hard work that I'm actually getting to people and they're reaching and they're really appreciating. This is work. This is not just I'm just gonna put this on and we'll see what happens. No, this is a passion. This is work. This is my life into this, and she appreciates it, and you see it in her face, and it's not phony. You can feel it, and I love it when she comes by, and I always make time for her. I make time for everybody, but I always make a little extra time for my Ingrid.
So do we. We love Ingrid.
Yeah.
She says she has the socks.
I know.
And the face gator. Maybe she spelled that. What is that? What's a face gator?
A face gator. It's like basically like a neck sock.
Oh yeah, the one that pulls up.
Yep.
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
Well, very awesome.
Todd Lewis has a question. He wants to know: do you ever go out on the town or to eat in full character just for fun?
I have.
That's a great question.
Yeah, it is a great question. I've done this many times. Like there was like if a con happens to be next to like a convenience store or something, I'll leave the con and I'll go to the convenience store as Father Evil. And I'll buy whatever it is I have to buy, like my coffee. And the people are looking at me like staring. I'm like, what? Is there a booger or something? Or, they're looking. Do I have something in my teeth? Is there something wrong? And I'm talking to them. They're like, what's wrong, child? What troubles you? And and then usually it's that happened at Spooky Empire. There was a Wawa outside of Spooky Empire. I don't know if you guys are familiar with Wawa.
What is that?
Wawa. We don't have them here, but I know.
Wawas are basically a convenience store, like a quick stop store, but they're huge on the East Coast. I think Wawa is a Native American name for a crane or a bird or whatever. But anyway, there was a Wawa there, and it's always packed. It's usually a gas station / convenience store. They're always packed. And when they saw me, I had the music playing, and I'm like, oh, let me fuck with these people. Let me fuck with these people. I walk out into the gas station area, and I start blessing the cars. The people in their cars look at me. I'm like,
oh, God.
Have you come all the way to see me, child? They're like, oh, no. Oh, God. I'm like, oh, God's not here, but I am. Well, I just played up, and that's a major part of the fun is going out amongst the denizens and just fucking with their heads.
Charles, is a
That's so
Wawa
great.
like a Bucky's? Is that what that is, or
What's the funkies?
It's not as big. We got
Buc-ee's
we got
is
a couple Buc-ee's here, and they're like a gas station that's the size of a Walmart.
Yes. Okay. It's exactly like that.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Like that.
Yeah, they call them Bucky's, and a beaver is their mascot, and it's like
We
a
need
religion
Father Evil
in
to go to
Texas.
Buc-ee's.
Yeah,
When Father Evil's at Frightmare next year, we need to take him to Buc-ee's, and he needs to just bless everybody at Buc-ee's.
Take me out to town, and I'll
Yeah.
show you a good time.
but the
I've
scary
actually-
thing. The scary thing about going to Bucky's is you might get shot there because I
Yeah,
think
I was like, you're in
everybody.
Texas now.
I think everybody carries guns in Bucky's.
Yeah.
Well, one of the best encounters I had is it was it was January of 2018. Excuse me, January of 2018. I went to a haunt convention, basically for people within the haunt community. It was called HauntCon in New Orleans, and I actually, hi buddy, hold on, I have a little guest here.
Oh yeah.
Son
Hey.
Xavier.
It's
What's
our
up,
guest.
Xavier? How's it going, man?
How you doing?
Good.
Can you make a face
What's
like
up?
your dad?
Oh,
Oh, it's getting there. I think
getting
we
there.
have Father Evil Jr. in our presence.
we do.
No, Father Xavier, Father X.
Oh,
Father X. I like
Everything-
Father
I like
X.
that.
Father X.
I like
I
that.
like Father X.
And then you can go on and are you ever going to rise to popehood or any of that?
No. There's politics within the evil clergy. I don't want to get
Oh.
into those politics.
You don't want none of that.
It's not about politics.
None of that hootenanny. We don't
No.
want that.
No.
Yeah, you have your own agenda. There's no need to get in on all that other stuff.
Oh,
He's too busy.
Going back to that question after walking amongst town, as I said, when I went to New Orleans to do that haunt con, I actually had met up with a friend, Karen Hicks. You know Karen.
Yeah, I do.
Okay.
Yep.
Karen Hicks is a very good friend of mine. We actually met at Frightmare. Well, fast forward, we've always been friends. We met up at the con, take pictures, yada, yada, yada. Anyway, I told her of my love for New Orleans, and she's like, you need to come down here. So we've been talking, whatever. Anyway, we did, when I came to HauntCon, she arranged a photo shoot on Bourbon Street for me.
Oh, wow.
So we did a photo shoot on Bourbon Street. We did a couple of pictures in a cemetery and stuff. And after that was done, we were all done. I'm like, you know what? I'm all dressed up. Let me walk around town in New Orleans. And oh my God, it was
It's a great town for it.
It was so much fun. I walked around in front of this 5-star restaurant. You know, some kind of French place. They were eating, you know, escargot or snails or what have you. And I'm just standing at the window. And then all of a sudden, more people start looking at the window. And as soon as they look, I'm like,
I bet they loved it.
I probably did. New Orleans? Come on.
and I just walked away. I had so many people taking pictures from their table. It was the best.
Charles is right. That's the perfect environment for your character.
That's
Oh, yeah.
that's my goal now, is to move to New Orleans and to be the ghost tour guide.
Oh yeah,
Perfect.
I would take that tour.
Walk with the Father in Old New Orleans. How does that sound?
Oh yeah.
I mean, that's a great. I mean, it's perfect. Everybody would want that. They'd be like, not only am I going on a ghost tour, I've got Father Evil who's gonna guide me through the evilness.
Now
So-
you see the vision. You see the vision, child. You see the lights.
yeah. That
Light is
would
good.
be amazing.
The light is good. Well,
So what
this
else,
is a lot of
Father
fun.
Evil? Do you have anything else that we need to know about? Because it's been a blessing having you on today.
oh,
Pretty much it. Just peruse my my website, fatherevil.com, or my Father Evil pages. Actually, everything is connected. But anytime I have events coming up, I always post on my pages. So look at them, be a fan, join them, like the pages on my Instagram, Twitter, Facebook. Be a part of the Father Evil universe, and you'll know where I'm going to be.
I'm quite surprised that the FatherEvil.com wasn't already taken.
Oh no, no.
That's amazing.
My wife surprised me with that in 2013 on my birthday.
That's awesome.
She gave me a little envelope, and I'm like, "What's this?" She's like, "This is your birthday present." I'm like, "Oh, I'm thinking cash. All right, very cool." So when I'm like, "Wait up, we share an account." She's basically giving my cash. So I'm like, "All right, yay me," you know. No, when I opened it up, it was my domain name for a website, FatherEvil.com.
Oh, how cool!
I was just
That's
like,
so cool.
yes. And
I
then
bet you were.
Yeah.
Well,
That's awesome.
we
It was
have
a sign.
We have someone here at Frightmare HQ that sometimes pops in. It's been a while. El Diablo is one of our mascots, I guess you would say, right, Charles?
Yeah, El Diablo is.
But he's not here today. That would have been really cool if we could have gotten El Diablo on with Father Evil. We'll have to do that next time.
Oh, I'm game.
All
I
right.
love to meet El Diablo.
El Diablo is an interesting character. El Diablo, used to come on a lot and scare our guests, but now he only appears when he wants to break our technologies. Sometimes our computer breaks, and then El Diablo pops out, and I'm like, get out of here, you some bitch.
Exactly. Yeah, but that happens. That happens every now and then. We get El Diablo'd on the Frightmare HQ.
Yep.
So
It's called a techno omen.
there you go, Techno Omen.
Techno Omen. I love it. Well, it's awesome having you on today. This is a lot of fun. I really enjoyed this.
Absolutely. You're always welcome on. If you ever have anything that you want to talk about in specific, reach out to us. Let us know. We'd love to have you back. Father Evil. Go to FatherEvil.com. Also see Father Evil on his Facebook page. He's pretty active there. So I saw somebody write mascot, and I was gonna.
I thought you were about to call him an asshole. I was like, no, Lloyd.
Somebody wrote mascot, and I tried to blend the two words. So
you're like, he's an asshole on there. So get out of here.
He's pretty active on his Facebook page, so you can go on and keep up to date with Father Evil.
Actually, tonight I'll be on 8 p.m. I'm doing a live auction where I mentioned the Father Evil pillowcases. So yeah.
Awesome.
Nice.
So everybody join Father Evil on Facebook tonight at 8 p.m. And that's Eastern time, right?
Correct.
So if you're here in the South, it'll be 7 p.m. So
7
make sure
Central.
check out Father Evil. Just want to say it's been a huge honor to have you on. We love you, Father Evil.
The honor is all mine, Lloyd. Thank you for welcoming me into your amazing family of Southern sinners that is known as Texas Frightmare. Thank you. There's a reason why I've been coming back now for 6 years, 1,500 miles away. And there's a reason.
Trip.
Yes, it is. There's a reason. I'm a Jersey boy, and I come down to Texas, your neck of the woods, for a reason. It's because the love and the way everything is just an amazing vibe there. And I thank you for welcoming me into your family.
Well, we're blessed to have everybody.
We are blessed.
All of our attendees and vendors and guests like yourself. So we're just thankful to have you. Do we bow or do we kiss your ring or what do we do when we say goodbye? Okay, mwah. There we go. Kiss the ring, everybody.
Kiss
Father
that ring.
Evil, thank you once again for coming on. We will be tuning in tonight to see you.
I feel you in my bones, Father Evil. I feel you. I feel you in my soul. The evil has crept into my body, and I can feel it. I'm never going to be the same.
No, you won't. Testify. Tell the world.
We will tell the world.
Evil. Woo!
Goodbye, Father Evil. Have a good day.
Goodbye.
Or have a sinful day.
Sinful day.
All
Love you. I love you more than Christ.
Whoa, that's pretty deep.
Ooh. I just noticed this whole time we were talking, above my head says evil. Did you notice that?
I see that.
I just noticed that. I was like, hey, I am evil.
That's
It's
kind of
a
a
sign.
that's kind of a omen. Is that what they call
Yeah.
that? An omen?
It's an omen.
That was
Pointing
really
towards my head.
cool.
Look, evil. That was cool. I love talking to Father Evil. It's a fantastic character. It's a very original character, and like you said, it's a um, awesome aspect to see like a person from the Latino community actually building this, amazing character that people love, and it's an influence to everybody just to stick with what you're doing.
And he
Maybe
is
me and
well
Lloyd will,
loved.
maybe me and Lloyd will keep doing this show with like our dreams, because me and Lloyd we're dreaming like Father Evil here. We're dreaming, Lloyd.
That's right.
Dream
We're
with me, Lloyd.
dreaming. We're
Hold my
dreaming. We're
hand,
just
Lloyd.
two white boys dreaming. We got a dream. A
Hold my
white
hand,
boy
Lloyd.
dream.
Hold my hand, Lloyd.
What are we doing,
Oh,
Charles?
I'm feeling your power through the computer itself.
Richard
Ooh!
Nettleton said Carlos Evil Blueberry.
Yes, Carlos, evil blueberry. That's my persona.
Well, I'm so excited because we have something really cool coming up tonight that you put together, Charles.
Freak, yeah, we do.
What is it?
Tonight, for our wonderful Patreon subscribers who decided to tell me they wanted to go, we have a screening of John Carpenter's The Thing at the Cinemark in Grapevine. So it's a live screening, free for our Patreons. And they get free popcorn and they get free drinks, courtesy of Frightmare HQ.
That's
We're
right.
going to go there and we're going to watch The Thing, which was not easy to get a good movie to show. Let's just say that. But it worked out. So we're going to go do that tonight.
Yes. Yeah. Make sure you bring your mask. Make sure
your mask.
that we're social distancing. I'd love to hug everybody, but that's not going to happen.
Yep.
It's not happening.
If you want to go, I think we have 2 tickets left. So you have to become a Patreon. We have 2 tickets. So if anybody wants to go, there's still 2 tickets sitting out there. It's a very
That's right.
limited screening because of COVID. We can keep the theater like 10% full. So it's kind of a small screening, but it's going to be a lot of fun.
It is going to be a lot of fun. And I'm really, really, really thankful that you set that up and got that going. It's going to be a blast, I think.
Heck yeah. I'm excited about it,
I want to say thank you real quick. Ingrid Hubert did a $5 super chat.
Oh, thanks,
Thank you, Ingrid. And I'm trying to, let me see if I can play it again. Ingrid Hubert, yeah, she tipped $5 through super chat. So there it was. Thank you, Ingrid. You're awesome.
Thanks, Ingrid. Yeah, like I said, I'm real happy to do the screen tonight. I love everybody who watches the show. I love our Patreons. I love our support. So really just wanted to set something up fun for everybody to kind of get their minds off everything for a night. And what better way than to watch The Thing in the theaters, because that's like one of the best movies to watch in the theater. So let's do it.
I saw a picture today of look. You know how the action figures look like they're on a card, and then they have a blister pack with the action figure. This was a Thing test kit, and it had a little petri dish and a piece of copper wire in it.
That's so awesome.
That is awesome.
That's awesome.
So, I guess that's about it, Charles. You got anything else you want to talk about?
No, I think me and Lloyd talked about doing our Patreon exclusive screening tomorrow on Sunday. So we can get I think we said tomorrow, right, Lloyd?
Yeah.
Excuse me. So we wanted to do that because we do have our show on Wednesday. Wednesday's our year in horror, and I think we're up to 1976 now. But after that, it will be our last show for about a little over a week. We're not going to have a Saturday show next week. We're not going to have a Wednesday show following. We're going to take a little time off. Then we're going to come back. So we wanted to make sure we did our Patreon exclusive show for August. One before it's out of August, but also before Lloyd left, because our Patreon exclusive, we're doing a director series, and I think we chose our next director, didn't we?
We talked about a lot, but did we? I think I know who we chose, but I could be wrong.
Yeah, we chose Toby Hooper. It's going to be our next director series. So we'll do a Patreon exclusive discussion of, the movies of Toby Hooper. Basically, how we do them is, we love our directors, so we'll go through the movies they made, talk about some facts, some history, play some trailers. It's a lot of fun, actually. So Toby Hooper's our next one because it's recently been, we lost Toby Hooper 4 years ago, and It's been a long time since Chainsaw came out. It was Chainsaw Day not too long ago. It was like 40. What was it? 46 years.
Mm-hmm.
Very long
Yeah.
time. So
But we're covering some of the the biggies, the big directors. We've
yeah,
already done John Carpenter, right?
we've done Carpenter. We've done Romero.
And Romero. So now Toby, and who knows who's next? Could be Wes Craven. And it also depends on what our Patreons want. What director do you want us to chat
Yeah,
about on Patreon?
you guys gotta tell us. What you want, and we're happy to talk about them. We love old stuff too.
Mm-hmm.
I talked to Lloyd about possibly doing James Whale, who's the director who did Frankenstein, Bride of Frankenstein, because there's some interesting stories around those getting made. Um, we'll get into this stuff though. So whatever their Patreons want, we deliver. That's how it is.
Travis suggested Herschel Gordon Lewis at one point.
Nice.
That'd be great. I've got I was just going through my Herschel Gordon Lewis Feast box set from Arrow.
Oh yeah, the cereal box looking one.
Yeah, man, this thing is massive. It's about the size of a cereal box, and it's just got I think it's all of his movies. I don't know. But there's Blood Feast, Scum of the Earth, 2000 Maniacs, Moonshine Mountain, Color Me Blood Red. I mean, it's something weird. There's just all kinds of stuff.
Yeah.
Man, Arrow once again knocked it out of the park with that box set.
Yeah. So we'll do those. Yeah, it's starting next Friday, September 5th. I told everybody before, but we are going to run another smaller charity auction for Irving Cares. But basically, I'm going to be focusing on not autographs this time, because I want to keep it smaller. It's going to be like Blu-rays and VHS. So if you guys collect VHS or Blu-ray, or know anybody who does, I'm going to have a whole bunch of stuff up. There's too much for me to go through, but it's a lot of known movies. Stuff maybe if you're wanting to get into VHS and you don't have it yet, there's some staples in there you're probably going to want. So, but I'll have all that up by next Friday. I'm already slowly putting stuff up on Texas Frightmare. I just don't want to have to do like 75 things the same day. So I'm just slowly putting it up.
And hopefully the website won't act crazy when
Yeah.
we get this going, but we'll see.
Well, we'll see. And I am starting everything at like between $3 and $5, and most of it is no reserve. So you guys just go have fun with it. Do whatever you want to do, and it's just gonna run till it's over. We're not planning on doing any live thing like we did last time because there's just too much crap for it. But I'm probably gonna run it for about a week, not 2 weeks. It'll probably run from Friday to Friday, but I'll have all it up by the end of the week. So
Sweet.
there's that stuff to keep you guys involved. And yeah, that'll be it. Like I said, we're going to take a little live break, but I do plan on doing some videos myself during that time. I'm going to do some more essential horror. We've kind of slacked on those. I'm going to start doing some unboxing videos of some Blu-ray sets and stuff. So I'm going to stay active with you guys. Charles will be around, and Lloyd will be around. Lloyd's too pretty, though. We can't have too much Lloyd.
Yeah. I'm actually tired. I don't know why.
You're so sleepy. You're so sleepy.
I woke up too early this morning. I think I woke up at like 8:30. That's too early for me.
Dude, I wake up at like 4. I wake up at like 4:30 every morning.
I know you do.
Yeah, I'm up early.
You're like an old man. You're in bed at
Yeah.
8 and up at 4:30, and you're
I have
having your
coffee by
post
4:45.
toasties. Yeah,
Yep.
you're having your coffee and post toasties and grapefruit.
All my grapefruit, and I have my shredded wheat. And I watch Wilford Brimley movies.
That's
what I
what I
do,
was
guys.
gonna say. You should trade out the cereal for some oatmeal. Some Quaker.
I need my
Oats.
oatmeal.
That's
That's how I am, guys. I'm secretly in my body. I'm 127 years old. All right, 127.
Wow.
Sorry, I'm old.
Well, I
All right,
think
so
at this
that's
point we're just talking to
it.
each other. I think everybody said, "Well, Father Evil's gone. We're out. Who gives a crap
I don't
about
care.
Lloyd and Charles?"
Nobody cares about us.
Exactly.
Most of this show is just us. We just talk to ourselves. But
Yeah.
all right. If you guys are coming tonight, it's the movie. You have to have told me before, so don't just show up because I'm not going to let you. But you guys know, try to be there by like 6:30, and just come in. and we'll be there and we'll watch the thing.
We're gonna scare the hell out of you.
We're gonna scare the hell out of everybody.
Yep, Lloyd's gonna be giving everybody the boogans with his new body. So
That's right.
all right.
All right, guys. Well, thank y'all for joining us. Everybody that's coming tonight, we'll see you soon. And everybody else, take care of yourselves. Have a good weekend, and we love you. My name is
We'll
Lloyd
scare
Cryer.
the hell out of you later.
Yeah, my name is Lloyd Cryer, and this guy over here is
It's Charles Doze.
Charlie.
Carlos
is
Blueberry.
right there. Peace, everybody.